Hi, I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. My channel is dedicated to helping victims of narcissistic abuse get free and stay free. It's a beautiful day here in Canada's prairie heartland. Looks really nice and sunny out until you get outside and realize the wind is blowing about 70 miles an hour. The dogs and I tried to do a little yard work today, but we were all just getting blown around. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave my yard work for today. I received a very interesting email from a friend here at Kim Wilson TV, a lovely woman from Southern California. I do believe she has some anonymity issues. Now, you know who you are. If you'd like to identify yourself in the comments under this video, please feel free to do so. I'm not going to do that, but you're certainly welcome to. She made a very interesting point, and I've been thinking about what she had to say in that email, and I want to talk about that today. Her email was in response to a question I asked in a very recent video regarding us just kind of running away from the situation, the narcissist never being held accountable, us not being in a frame of mind or in an emotional state or a mental state where we could pursue criminal charges against them or civil litigation or even man up to them face to face to recover our stolen property, to demand the money they owe us, to, any of it. I mean, we're kind of left hanging. And the point she brought up is that we need advocates. Now, that in itself really turned a light bulb on above my head. And I think it's much, much bigger than just advocates. Now, clearly we need advocates. When you first get out, of course, you're absolutely shaken, possibly flat ass broke, maybe fled with the shirt on your back, possibly you're in a shelter or sleeping on someone's sofa. And how do you collect yourself enough to go ahead and pursue criminal charges or even a civil lawsuit? Narcissism and the epidemic proportions this insidious form of abuse has reached and is steadily climbing to almost creates this entire subculture, this need for advocates, nonprofit shelters, nonprofit resource groups, or a wealth of things. When you think about how our needs have changed or how we've changed as people, self-imposed isolation, inability to work, physical pain. Maybe this creates a need for someone who specializes in physiotherapy or massage therapy aimed at this type of abuse. It's almost as if it creates this entire subculture of need for victims and survivors of this horrible, horrible form of abuse. We all know how valuable human touch is. Massage therapy, specifically geared at victims of narcissistic abuse, is probably a really good idea. Clearly, we need advocates. I mean, you're in such a state of mind fuckery. It'd be really difficult to walk into a lawyer's office. Could you imagine the scenario? There you are, shaking like a leaf, sick, unable to think, unable to describe what had happened to you. Now, if I had gone into a lawyer's office and the lawyer had said to me, well, what sort of abuse had you sustained? I could say, well, he hit me because Trevor was not man enough not to do that. That's for sure. But for many of us, we have not been physically injured by the narcissist. So imagine, had you not been hit, you walk in, you try and explain to a lawyer that you have been horribly, violently, psychologically, mentally, spiritually abused. How do you describe that to someone? How do you describe gaslighting, ghosting, the humiliation, the infidelity, the lying, the constant plotting? I mean, we would sound like fucking lunatics. And the fact that we're shaking, sick, bags under our eyes, we haven't slept, we would look like lunatics. So I just really thought that that idea for advocates could not only create a huge need for that, but it's needed all over the world, in every language in the world. This is so widespread. I don't know if we've got a country here at Kim Wilson TV that's not represented. And, you know, money is an issue. An advocate would be far less expensive than a lawyer. And I just wanted to throw this out there today because I know there's a lot of friends here at Kim Wilson TV who have done a tremendous amount of healing, who have mentioned things like starting resource groups or outreach centers, things like that. And I think advocacy work is really, really needed. I think that there's probably a lot of services that we need today that we would never have dreamed of needing. And though there's over 6,000 subscribers here at my channel is very new. Some of the older channels have 20, 30, 50,000 subscribers. I belong to one Facebook group that has, I think, 138,000 members. The numbers are astronomical. And the one thing you know about the people making up those numbers is they desperately need help. They desperately need advice. And the other thing that this friend mentioned when she mentioned the advocacy is statutes of limitations on being able to file claims or civil suits against this type of abuse. Now, when you can't think yourself and you may need 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years to get your head on straight, I really see an absolute need for advocacy. And I'm wondering, you know, if this creates a home-based business opportunity for people, if it creates a whole new type of industry to help, you know, accommodate us. You know, when certain generations of people reach certain age groups, the world kind of starts to accommodate them. And no one is accommodating us. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on this. You know, as baby boomers were coming up in age, there were a lot of new types of businesses and services that were created to accommodate that population. And I see where there could be a lot of products and services developed around accommodating us, because certainly we are vast in numbers. We have very, very specific needs. And I want to hear your thoughts on this. Some of the types of products and services that I see us needing, and certainly please, we need your input, vitamin and mineral supplements, certain types of massage and physiotherapy, counseling, therapy, advocacy, outreach centers, temporary housing. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Anyways, I'm just kind of thinking that we've become a subculture within society, and I wonder what your thoughts are on this. And do you see your experience with the narcissist as leading you into a home-based business? I'm curious as to whether or not your experience as a victim and survivor of narcissistic abuse has created in you a curiosity about home-based businesses aimed at this very, very specific topic. This experience has absolutely changed me. It has changed me to the core of who I am. And I know I will never be returning to any of my past career options. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm Kim. You're watching Kim Wilson TV. Peace be with you guys. Love you lots. I hope you're having a great narc-free day.